Hey everybody, I'm Justin.
I'm Chris.
And we are here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. This behind us is the Catawba River.
Is it Catawba?
It's Catawba. It's the Catawba River. And today we are here to visit the ruins of an old mansion that fell into disrepair back in 1937. What's interesting about this mansion is that it was owned by, you've heard of the clothing company Carhartt? It's owned by the Carhartt, or was owned by the Carhartt. The founders of that company, the husband and the wife, had this house built, this mansion built just up the way here, about a half a mile up the way. We're walking to get to it. And 3 years after they moved into it, they got into a really bad car accident, and both of them passed away from the accident. And after that, this brand new 3-year-old house just sat there and eventually fell into ruin and is still sitting there to this day. I guess most of it's gone. You can really see mostly just like foundations and some of the rock portions of it and tiles and that sort of thing, but the wooden portion of it has long since deteriorated and disappeared. So we're gonna head up the trail here. Eventually we're gonna get there and we'll pick back up when we do. See you in a few.
Come on, Zeus.
Come on, Zeusy. Don't fall in the river, buddy.
Let's see if he remembers his water skills. Do you remember, Bubs? Up!
Don't get too wet.
Up! So it's cold. Is it? Good boy. You gonna go in? You think there's any alligators in this water?
This little river walk that comes along the back side of this neighborhood here, it's pretty nice. It's a good river walk for I guess the residents here. I mean, anybody can come to it, but I would imagine it's mostly used by the residents because we've seen quite a few people walking along the way here. But anyways, to get to this Carhartt mansion, you got to first reach the mile point of 1.25 miles. So that is what we're looking for. I think we're about a half a mile in, so and about 3/4 of a mile till we get there, but we'll get there in a minute or 2 or 10. Okay, we've hit the 1.25 mile marker. That is it right there, and then just past that 1.25 mile marker is this kind of a green grassy trail that veers off to the right. So the instruction says to come this way, and we'll pick up when we get to the next point. Yeah, it's beautiful here. You get the river right down there, that nice little trail that walks along the river. They call the Riverwalk. I can see the ruins right there. Yeah, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up, but you could see the foundations and stuff like that of the ruins right there.
How high was it? It was amazing when it was here.
I bet it was.
What's it say to do? Is there a trail going up?
Well, it says to get over by that sewer pipe.
Okay.
And then look for a way up there. That's the easiest way to go. I mean, you could go up right here if you wanted to, but it's kind of steep.
I don't know if Mr. Zeus could do that.
We're gonna go down here a little bit. Sounds like there's something walking around up there, but all right, we're gonna find a way to get up, and then we'll pick up when we get up there. Okay, just about 100 feet past that sewage pipe, I see a kind of a worn path. So we are going to head up this way right here, and make our way over to the actual ruins. What is that? Oh, it's just a bunch of gnats. Okay, All right. Yeah, it looks like this seems to be a popular route getting into the ruin area, because again, it is pretty well established little path right here. Well, here we are at the base of the mansion. Excuse me. Wow, it's just such a odd thing that they spent all that time building this place and then died 3 years later. It was never sold. The family, apparently, because the son took over as president of Carhartt after the founder died, and they just didn't do anything with it. It probably had a lot to do with the fact, well, the headquarters is always in Detroit.
I guess they never moved
Or
out
not
here.
Detroit, Dearborn, I think it is. I don't know, it's one of those places close to Detroit. I'm not too familiar with Michigan, but it's somewhere in Michigan. This is where the headquarters of Carhartt is and always has been. But something brought the founder and his wife out there. I know that they were expanding. They were buying additional mills. I know he owned a mill that was pretty close to this area here, which is probably what brought him to this area. But then during the Depression, the company started to lose a lot of money, and that mill ended up closing down. And then, you know, they were living in this place, and then unfortunately passed away from a car accident. So anyways, look at the just like the entrance, the staircase to get up. How somebody had put all these rocks here.
And somebody put all these blue arrows.
And look at this.
Tree.
I don't know what kind of is that. I don't know what that is, but it's like quartz or something like that.
You see the blue arrows?
I do. I've seen a number of these. I think they do mountain biking up here, because I could see mountain biking stuff. So this may be just a directional thing for the mountain bikers.
I wonder where, like, I mean, how would they have gotten up here? There had to have been a driveway because there was cars then.
Yeah, I mean, that road down there might have been the way they got into here.
And there's no pictures of what it looked like online.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Chris says we weren't able to find any pictures, and some of the other people that have been up here looking around have also done some research to see if they can find pictures of the original house, you know, before it fell into ruin. But apparently there are no existing photographs of the house.
Well, didn't you say that people come up here and do like paranormal stuff?
Yeah, there was a couple that came up here recently and did some paranormal things. I don't know how many other people did.
Did they find anything?
No. Do they ever, though? Do they ever really? I don't know if I buy any of that stuff, but let's walk up in here and, oh, check this out. It looks like this might have been some sort of a, like a basement, almost.
Was that a chimney?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna walk around over here because I think I saw online that you could walk down into it. Let's see if I can get down in there, but you got to get past these roots. I wonder what they used this. If it was like just like a wine cellar, or maybe it was a root cellar. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge getting down here. Hey Zeus, you want to come, buddy?
I don't know if you can figure that out.
There's all kinds of like little flying bugs. Like they're everywhere. Little gnats or something. Yeah, there's the staircase that comes down into here. I wonder what these things were for, though. It's kind of like that. There's kind of like a circular half circle coming into the side there. And that there. Who knows? I mean, these are serious ruins. You can't really tell much of what anything is, really. If I can get through here. All right. Let's come and get out this side here. I'm assuming this is kudzu. All right. There's another set of stairs coming up here. And then there's these odd circular, I mean, obviously they put the rocks around there too, so there was some sort of decoration. I wonder if there were originally pillars built into those. Maybe this was some sort of maybe it was like a covered entrance into the house. This might have been the front porch. Who knows? Because again, you see the circle, one over there, another one over there, another one over there. I bet you this was a pillared sort of covering that was out here. And you had that, you can't really see through the trees there. Of course, this was, 100 years ago, 90-ish, somewhere between the 90 and 100 years ago that this house was here. So I bet you, I'd be willing to bet that a lot of these trees weren't here, or maybe they had been taken down so that you can get a view of the river. I mean, why not, right? Look at that. That's an old chimney that has fallen over. Oh, you can see right up through it too. Check these out. These big stone columns here. Interesting. I wish there was pictures of the house.
I mean, it had to have been huge. Look how big this is.
Yeah, it's a pretty good size. But I wish there were pictures of it, so you can kind of get an idea of what some of these. In, maybe? Yeah, I mean, this looks like a separate. I mean, this is obviously a separate building with some really interesting, like, building materials there. They're like hollowed out cinder blocks or clay blocks. See? They're like hollowed out here. You can still see some of the original wood that was here. That's pretty cool.
It's been standing for almost 100 years.
Yeah, it's been there for a long
good
time.
job.
I mean, pretty much all the wood is gone, with the exception of this one piece of wood right here. I haven't seen wood anywhere else.
Well, what was that big thing in the middle? Was that a chimney that fell over?
Yeah, it's a chimney. And then, I don't know if this is an artifact from the original owners, but it's a pretty fancy pair of old.
Oh yeah, those are kind of like 1920s.
Those belong to Hamilton Carhartt. Whoa, Zeus, you look pretty fancy, buddy. Wow, you look pretty fancy, Zeus. Yeah, those are. I'm surprised nobody's taken those. All right, let's head into this part of the ruin here and look to see what we see. I wonder what this was. I mean, you can see water pipes there. This could have been like a shower.
What was that?
It's possibly a shower. You see these two water pipes here? Looks like that might have been for a shower. Who knows? I don't know if this was a bathroom or a kitchen or what. I bet you it was a bathroom. I think it's too small to be a kitchen, to be honest with you. Maybe this was like some sort of a guest house, because the way it's built and the materials that they use to put it together are not the same as the structure of the building that's over there. And it looks like there was a doorway there with the wood going to maybe a separate building. So this looks like it was an addition. But you know, again, the house was only 3 years old before they died, so interesting. Okay, I think we've seen most of everything. We're kind of on our way out, but there is this one another part of on the same property. I'm not sure what it is though. It's these 3, I don't know if maybe they were garden beds or what. And then it's close here to this old rock and stone building. There is no telling what any of this actually is. It would be kind of cool if there was, I don't know, I've already said it. It'd be kind of cool if there was some sort of like photographic, you know, history on this building. But it seems to be shrouded in quite a bit of mystery because there's no records of it really anywhere. I mean, people knew who owned it and that sort of thing. But other than that, there's no real history on any of the stuff that's here, other than it was built in 1929, and then the Carhartt founders died, and then that was it. That was the end. That was the end of it. And there's no real history of their existence in this area. There's a little, you know, the fact that they lived here for, you know, the fact that they built the place, the fact that they had a mill here, the fact that they lived here for 3 years and then died in a car accident. Other than that, there's really nothing else. But anyways, this is kind of a cool, it's kind of a cool little point of interest to come and check out. I know that the owners of that company, very famous clothing company, once lived here.